Fam, I love indulging in a good drink. Whether it is in my free time or when I'm watching, such as when I'm watching anime or reading books, manga, eating snacks for that matter, or getting together with friends and family, right? Having drinks all around is one of the ways that you can have an even more fun time. That is, of course, if you're at legal drinking age, and please, of course, drink responsibly. Which is why, fam, this girlfriend in particular really caught my attention. Now tell me, Rindo, about MOMOHA BONNOUJI, the 21st girlfriend in the Renter family from this amazing manga series, the 100 girlfriends who really, 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 really love you. Let's transfer this right here. Now, immediately, right, when her debut chapter came out, and as soon as I finished reading it, right, something inside me just really took a liking to this character, to MOMOHA. So much so that I actually made a video talking about why she is my spirit animal, and I want to expand more of her character in this video right here. If you're interested in watching the first video that I made about MOMOHA, I'll put it down in the description below for you to check it out if you're interested. Now moving on. First things first, right, I want to share with you the sort of background of MOMOHA. Understand her a bit more, right? Now, she is a social studies teacher who as we know, she teaches ethics, right? Now, she's also the advisor of the gardening club that Yamame is a part of. In fact, that was how we were introduced to MOMOHA in the first place, through Yamame, right? But despite being an ethics teacher, here's the curveball, right? She lives a life full of vice, doing a lot of really quote-unquote bad stuff, right? Like morally wrong stuff. That's a better way of saying it, right? She likes gambling on pachinko machines and horse racing, right? Placing bets and the like. She's very unkempt and messy, right? She wears a tracksuit going to school, which I won't even question it at this point, right? Because with the chairwoman being a pervert, and there's also Nadi Sensei who wears her cowgirl costume, wearing a tracksuit walking around in school in a tracksuit. Okay, fine. I think that's okay, right? I mean, I'm not so sure about the whole dress code or anything, but point being is that she can be a bit quote-unquote unkept, so to speak, right? Now, she's also quite on the more erotic and lustful side of things, right? To the point where she even asked Rentaro for sex, yes, even when they just met, which I find to be quite hilarious in a way, yeah. And finally, what's one of the more core images that we see MOMOHA, or when we picture about MOMOHA, right, is that she is a hardcore drinker who's not even ashamed to be drinking in school grounds or during dates, right? Now, furthermore, she lives in a tent just right in the corner of the schoolyard because she couldn't afford a place to stay, probably because from all the gambling that she does. And she was also kicked out of her house by her parents, right? Now, as you might expect in this manga, in a manga like this, right? This manga in particular, the characters are like Transformers. Not that they're robots, but they're more than meets the eye, fam. And my god, MOMOHA's entire character is truly beautiful on the inside. Now, first off, she is in fact aware that she has she has become that type of person. She is aware of the person who she is, right? She's aware of herself. She even tells Rentaro and the other girlfriends, right, to quote-unquote not end up like her, and if you ask yourselves, well, why doesn't she just change that? Why doesn't she just change her entire image, right? As instead of being this drunkard, she's one dignified person. Well, according to her, right, whenever she saves up money, she gets into a bad mood, which then, causes problems for everyone. And this was the case when she was a smoker before, but now she quit all that because she doesn't want to get all irky and causing trouble for people. Now, even with no money, she still enjoys her life. Part of it is thanks to her getting free food from Yamame's garden, which I really do think is such a nice privilege. The food that Yamame grows in her garden is delicious, right? take Kurumi's word for it. And with her parents owning a liquor store, she can get as many alcohol as she wants. Discounted, yeah. I'm guessing that's the case, right? And the very alcohol, mind you, that she drinks is especially made to smell nice. Which I imagine is, or rather it is, peach flavored, so the aromas coming out from the bottle is peachy, which is, it has become my new favorite flavor to drink or indulge in, right? Now, it's under the sort of pretext that, she'll never get married if she smells like a heavy alcohol, hence why her parents specially designed that alcohol for her, right? Now, and to be fair, yes, indeed, having a really nice fragrant scent is much more appealing. If she were to be drinking all the time, might as well just really add that in there, right? Now, despite everything, fam, the core piece of what makes MOMOHA amazing, right, is her sense of gratitude. And it's precisely that value that made me connect and relate and even reflect on my own self with MOMOHA so much. And it's also the very aspect that I've shared in my the spirit animal video, right? Now, as the gardening club's advisor, she does her role in helping the club members in any way that she can, such as buying the tools and resources with her own money, right? And it's her way of gratitude, of saying thanks to Yamame for giving her free food, even if it's just the leftovers and such, right? And as someone who stays within the school grounds, this she handles a lot of the maintenance, such as weeding, raking the leaves, and cleaning, and much more. And this is her way of saying thank you and being grateful to Hahari for allowing her to live in this school in the first place, giving her privileges to use the facilities, the bathrooms, for instance, for her to shower and take a bath and all that stuff, right? And that whole bit, remember the whole bit about being kicked out by her parents and being broke? Well, this is because we find out that MOMOHA has been taking care of her parents, so much so that they really insisted for her to become independent, i.e. to live on her own, to probably start a family. But instead, all the money that she makes, she doesn't really, not only spends it on gambling, right, but she sends her paycheck essentially to her parents, directly to her parents, which then in turn leaves her with almost nothing, And while she may be and look poor at first, right, she's a person who is so rich in spirit. She has a beautiful soul with wholesome values, a quote-unquote 1 in a million person, right? Such a kind soul. And as someone with a truly good morality, right, fam, it's no wonder that she teaches ethics, right? And it's just that she doesn't really show it often, right? But when she does, it's something that's truly inspiring, and it makes you remember that she really is indeed a teacher. And this is something that is similar to Nadi. It's something that we find similar to most of these characters, or at least what I've noticed, to the adult characters, right? That they really have their time to shine, to show their maturity, or the sense that she is an adult, so to speak, right? But in this case, right, Nadi, for instance, especially Nadi, Hahari, and MOMOHA, while they might look and act like goofy goobers, when the time is right for them to give advice, when the time is right for them to to do something meaningful, they really know their stuff. Her synergy, fam, with the entire Rindo family as well is as perfect as ever. I have no doubt in my mind that she fits perfectly within this, family of a lot of unique and eccentric personalities, right? When she was introduced to the family, she was under the influence, right? But then she gets talking about how Yamame and Hahari have been so nice to her. the fam also joins in and and also they get into sharing all these incredible traits that they have, right? Just getting to know each other and relating so much, right? Essentially bonding, right? And her family activity as well was also really fun. It took a whole new approach to the whole quote-unquote drinking trope, right? And made it standard friendly as per the will of the almighty gods in the publication industry, right? And the point being is that the pretend drinking arc, right, was really fun. We get to see completely different sides of the girlfriends. For instance, Chio being cheerful, Karane and Mei being needy, Shizuka starting a rebellious phase of sorts, Yamame acting proud, Iku being girly, and so on. Overall, Momoha has been such an incredible joy in this series, as much of the girlfriends are, really. The more, unique and eccentric, I suppose, her personality can be, a character's personality can be, the more the more opportunities for a lot of crazy fun stuff can happen within this manga. It's absolutely beautiful. With Momoha, I love her character design. Her hairstyle, the tooth, the one tooth character design trope, so to speak, if that's what it's called. I love her flushed face whenever she drinks, and most of the time she's seen as being quote unquote drunk, under the influence and the like. I love the side of her that is sloppy, the side of her that is mature and responsible. I love that she's attentive to people's feelings, and how she keeps reminding us to not be like her. But you know what, fam? No, I don't think I will, right? I mean, okay, I will grow up to become someone like Momoha, not the gambling part, right? But someone who will be more grateful for the people who have helped me so many times. Well, in conclusion, really, Momoha, as usual, another great addition in this manga series to the Rindo family. And I love her so much, just as much as the rest of the Rindo family. And yeah, a lot of my content as well have been centered around Momoha. For instance, right, if you've noticed in my channel, I have a lot of Momoha related content, right? And even in my fan arts, right, in the color trace artworks that I do in my Twitter, I have a lot of Momoha artworks out there. I just really love her, right? And I'm still waiting if there's gonna be delinquent girlfriend, on the way. But overall, Momoha is just a joy to read. I love this character so much, and of course, all of them. The same goes for all of them as well. I'm really looking forward to more. I really love this series. And with that being said, take care, family.